Hello again. I'm back, boys, and it's about time that I gave you guys a straight story of what the fuck happened this year to me and Mal, because holy shit, we sent it so hard, you don't even fucking know. Anyways, I'm about to try and recount the entirety of the 5 months we spent together overseas, plus the extra month that I spent alone, traveling Japan, Philippines, and Malaysia by myself. So yeah, boys, it's gonna be a litty story. Try and stick around. I'll try and fit her into as few episodes as possible, condense it down so you guys don't get bored out of your minds. But I don't think that should be an issue. Alright, hope you guys enjoy.
Playmakers. Okay, out of my wrist, counted and spin it. Man at the coupe, mine with no tenant. Chop out the top, hit it the limits. I got some cash, I wanna spend it. New paper tag, didn't wanna rent it. Too many fads, too many bitches. Roll my slime, get in my lizard. Ready to slide, you will get slithered. Hey, we ain't got ties, you ain't gon' ride. You ain't my slime, you ain't my slime. Young gun, I'm my prime. Hey, so I did the game telling you lies. When you come to business, I'm handling mine. Yeah, I'm king face, paying my time.
So, before I begin, just want to tell you guys one small detail. You guys are probably going to ask, why the fuck are you recording like this? Why can I see you, Adamar? Why is there fucking Google Maps on my screen? Okay, before you start complaining, let me tell you what the fuck happened, okay? If you didn't already know, we lost a lot of fucking footage. Like, too much. And it kind of devastated me for the beginning of this summer, which is partly why I haven't made a video yet. Anyways, long story short, we lost the GoPro. Also, my fucking hard drive broke with all my fucking GoPro footage on it, which is why I can't show you more footage from Slovenia, because it's fucking gonzo, dead at the bottom of the fucking discs that got scratched up and died when I was traveling. So basically, since that happened, I'm gonna have to record it like this, in this style. It's not preferable, but at least you guys will get to know what happened, where we went, and I'll fill in the blanks so that when the footage does start rolling again, all the way in fucking Vietnam, when I started using my fucking iPhone to record because we didn't have the GoPro anymore, then you guys will be able to understand what's going on. And luckily I still have those videos. So until then, it's gonna have to be like this, unfortunately. And I thought, why not be face to face with you guys, because I'm right here fucking staring into a mic, so you might as well see me as well. Anyways, here we fucking go. Okay, here we go. So as you know, my hometown is Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and this is where I spent my summer just after we graduated high school last year. Smoked way too much kush that summer. Deuced a blunt with my boy Mal every day. Worked landscaping jobs, all kinds of bullshit. Did gardening for the youths up in Richmond Hill, all those rich fuckers. Did some work for my dad in the city, for my uncle in Niagara Falls, digging out basements and all that fuck shit. Anyways, after we did all that and busted our asses to make the money to make this trip possible, we still didn't fucking know where we wanted to go because we didn't know shit about this world. Well, not that we didn't know shit, but we just didn't know what we wanted to do. It's such a big place, there's so many options, where the fuck are we gonna go, right? So we literally just decided on a random country in the middle of Europe that didn't look too expensive, that we could afford and go skiing in. Those were the criteria. So we chose to go to Slovenia, which is in the middle of Europe, right beside Italy, right here, as you can see. And we actually landed in the capital, Ljubljana. It's pronounced like that, I know, it's a fuck name. Anyways, that was hella fun. You guys saw that in that first episode that we did. You saw us, going to the castle, just chilling around the city. What you didn't see is when we went up north to Kriglav National Park up here, and this is where we did our skiing. And basically we went to this place called Bohinjsko jezero, which means Bohinj Lake Bohinj. And this, my friends, was one of the most serene, peaceful fucking places I've ever been to. We chilled here in the hostel right on the point, and as you can see up here, this is the Vogel Ski Center that we were looking to go to. Fortunately, we got there and it wasn't open because there wasn't enough snow. But luckily the next day it did open, and we got to ski on opening day, which was pretty lit. But the snow wasn't as great as we wanted it to, and not all the lifts were open, but still, we built a sick ass jump. You know, I learned the backflip and shit, you guys can see here.
One. We recording. Oh!
Litty ass day. Anyways, that was a fun time. Spent probably 3 days there at the hostel. Fucking ghost town, man. It was just us in the hostel, nobody else. It's kind of lit. Anyways, after that, we went all the way back down to Ljubljana, the capital. And at that point, we realized, okay, this is the motive. We need to get to Bulgaria before Christmas so we can meet my parents and start having a litty time with them. Problem was, we landed on the 10th of December in Ljubljana, which means we didn't have that much time until the 24th, right? Like 14 days, something like that, when we'd already spent 6 or 7 here, which meant we only really had a week to get through all these fucking countries and go to Bulgaria. And we were both opposed to doing flights because we thought they were hella expensive, when really they're not inside of Europe. Anyways, we took buses. That was how we were doing shit then. So we bussed from Ljubljana to Zagreb. Now we were in Croatia, and this, my friends, was a litty ass city. It was fucking hella fun. We met some sick people. Probably one of the best couple of nights we had in that first part of the trip, just because it was hella lit. We stayed at a party hostel, found some loud there. In fact, that was probably one of the craziest nights we'd had in a long time. What actually ended up happening was we were out for a night of partying and karaoke in this bogue bar. It was hella smoky, bro. Like, everyone was smoking darts, and we were like in the mood for some loud. We were like, oh, fuck this shit, let's get some loud. So we asked the receptionist at the hostel, and by some miracle he was like, yo, I got you. And he pulled out a bag, and so he went to the washroom and loaded us up with a couple grams, and surprisingly it was some European gas, bro, like some neck shit. It's honestly probably laced with something, because holy, it got us fucked. Anyways, we fucking were bare happy, walk out with our new friend Koske, who pitched on it, and he's like, yo, I'm trying to smoke. I haven't smoked in like 3 years. I'm like, holy, this guy's crazy. Anyways, so we fucking run up to this hill that overlooks on top of the whole city, and we found this bench, and it was hella nice, and all the Christmas lights from the Christmas market were out, and it was hella sick. So this guy Mal gets his paper out and all his rolling materials, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna scroll it, because he just wanted to scroll it. So we're like, oh, okay, we'll allow this guy the first roll. So he starts scrolling up a J, and everything seems chill. We're just having a good time, and all of a sudden, the security guard pops his head over the top of the stairs, and we're like, what the fuck? He walks up, looks around, and starts walking in big circles around us, and we're like, what the fuck? He disappears, and then like 2 minutes later he pops up again, and he's right back there, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, boys? Like, this is actually freaky. So he keeps going in these circles, and we're like, okay, Malachi, this is sketch, put away the kush right now. And just as I said that, this cop car pulls up behind us on the road that was behind the little parkette we were sitting in, and a cop gets out and whispers to the guy who was standing right beside the car, and they're like talking, and we're like, fuck, like they definitely think we're just smoking loud. So Mal puts away his shit real quick, stuffs it inside his pocket, and in the back of my head I remember myself having a cigarette, this Bogue that my friend Max that we met at the hostel, he gave to me at the club earlier that night. So I pulled it out of my pants, and I'm like, okay, let's fucking blend in, and just fucking start fucking bowling a Bogue. Like, I fucking light it and start smoking it. It was disgusting, but fucking I did it. And the police officer, she comes over and she's like, good evening, hello, where are you guys from? And she asks us where we're from. We tell her from Canada, us too, and Kosuke's from Japan. And luckily she smiles. She's like, oh, that's great, wow, you've come so far to see my country, and gets sidetracked by all that. So after a couple of minutes, she's like, oh, you guys have a good evening, good to talk to you, and just walks away. We're like, holy fuck, like that was actually so close. They both definitely suspected us of fooling and probably smelt it too, but just let us go just because we were tourists in their country. So obviously we bolted right away. We're like, fuck it, like I'm getting out of here right now, like what the fuck. So we just all run down the stairs from where we came, and we go and we sit, and then we're about to light the J, right? So we sit down on the stairs once we're halfway down and start lighting it. 2 minutes pass, and we fucking hear running down the stairs, and we're like, what the fuck, like behind us. It was like they were chasing us, like they were coming after us again the second time. So we dart even farther down, we keep going, walking into the alleys, go around the corner, and end up in this park. And finally we're like, okay, like we gotta be safe here. We wait like 2 or 3 minutes, nothing happens. We're like, okay, blast. Finally we light up the J, had a litty night with our boy Kosuke, and ended it off with a fucking blast. Anyways, Zagreb. After that, we went all the way down to, this was Serbia here, and we went to Belgrade, the capital, just because we didn't know where else to go. But it was a pretty sick place, not as sick as Zagreb in the way that it was a litty party city. We did go out a couple of times, but not as lit, I'd say. The sick thing was that it was built on the intersection of the Danube and the Sava, and right on the point right here, they have a fucking massive fortress, which me and Mal really enjoyed jumping around, exploring and shit. And you guys can probably see that now. Anyways, we did that. We were fucking like, holy shit, I need to get to Bulgaria. So we took, what was it, like a 5-hour bus all the way down this highway. Got to Sofia. My dad picked us up at 11:30, almost midnight. Drove us all the way to my hometown, which is Plovdiv. That's the capital, Sofia, but we went all the way to Plovdiv to meet my mom, my brother, and grandma. So we drove to Plovdiv that night, got there, had an amazing feast with my dad. One of the best welcoming meals I think I've ever had. It was just fantastic. Went out for dinner at this really nice restaurant. We ordered all the Bulgarian specialties, and I introduced them all to Mal, and he was just in heaven, bro. Got the shopska salad with the feta cheese and the french fries with the feta cheese and some kebabchita and all kinds of different meats and eggplant and roast vegetables. It was fantastic. Anyways, that's something I clearly remember from that night. After that, it was Christmas, so we did the whole Christmas thing, opening presents and all that, just tradition. And then it got a little fuzzy since we spent a whole week just doing day trips, different places in Plovdiv and around. We went to, you can see the mountain belt here, we went to Asenovgrad, where there is a really, really nice monastery up here. If you follow the road, I think, yeah, it's called Bachkovo Monastery. Yeah, there you go, Monastir. If you guys remember that intro, where we're on the cliffs, that's actually right around here. There's a big monastery that we climbed up on, and really, really fun time. Anyways, did day trips like that. We went all around different places to visit relatives. Malachi got the whole family treatment. We went to see all our relatives in the area, and of course the tradition is to eat and talk for hours on end, so it did get a little boring for him eventually, but he got his fix when we went skiing the next week, and we went for 3 days to Pamporovo. Oh, I just saw it there we go. And this was amazing compared to the other place we'd skied. In comparison, it was just fresh pow, really nice runs. It's kind of funny, all the people on the hills were really bad, like they weren't actually that good. So me and Mal actually, for once, were probably the best people on the ski hill, which was kind of fun. So we were just sending 360s. Mal was just going crazy, doing backflips, landing on his head left and right. We were doing all kinds of whack tree runs where we would go between the chairlifts on these really kind of sketchy runs, but it was hella fun. And I had some really good footage, boys, of us skiing. Unfortunately, that's all on the GoPro again. We spent New Year's there, had a really nice celebration, great time, lots of drinks, lots of dancing and singing. Anyways, we came back to Plovdiv eventually, stayed another week. That's where I edited that first video, just sent a couple days of editing, and made this first part of our trip into a nice video. And yeah, after that, we basically planned out our trip from there. We spent a couple of days thinking about it, and we knew we both wanted to go to Greece, so we basically planned from there, and we found an amazing flight for €5 from Sofia all the way to Athens. So we took that opportunity, and I'll continue the story from there in the next episode of this continuation. Alright, boys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was pretty fun telling the stories and going over all the different experiences we had. Hope you guys enjoyed too. Alright, later, boys. Peace.
Cause I got more. Yes, I blew my shorty from Florida to Hollywood. Bought some gold, shit look big on me. Got some goals, it's a list on me. Yellow bitch, I'm rich, I'm rock and roll. The strippers in the strobe.